Hey guys, it's Barry here. Today we're going to be talking about how do you improve your mechanics and micro. So there's a large narrative around, okay, I can't climb, I'm too old, my mechanics suck. So we're going to talk about like why this isn't true and what you actually can do to get better at your mechanics. So you can hit your rank goals, so you can climb. If you guys don't know who I am, I've peaked rank 2. I've been a professional player for the last 3 years. I've also been challenged for the last 4 years. I'm retired now, I coach. So here's my rank 2 photo. And then here's a game where I actually played against Faker. It's actually pretty neat. I played against Faker, Owner, Zeus, and Keria. So I am a T1. I've taken them down multiple times, right? This is just one of the games that I got a screenshot of because it was a really good stomp. You see Owner's 214. This is a little bit about me, okay? So let's first talk about the narrative around like mechanics. So pretty much a lot of people think that mechanics are impossible to get better at. So you hear a coach often say, "Well, if you have bad mechanics, you can't improve, you can't get better. You're going to be stuck at the same rank." So let's say my peak is like D1, then like what's stopping me to getting to masters? People will normally say it's my mechanics. And this is just not true. Oh, what's stopping me to get from like gold to platinum, emerald, diamond, or whatever rank? It's like, oh, it's my mechanics. That's what I'm slacking on. That's what's like making my progress really bad. And it's not true. Okay, so the narrative around your mechanics being the thing that's stopping you is not the actual problem. The actual problem here, guys, is let me we'll get into that in a second. The actual problem is macro. Okay, it's your decision making. It's the idea of, okay, let's say I'm fighting mid lane. We're gonna play mid lane here. I'm fighting mid lane. Then there's a jungle fight here, and instead of holding my spells mid lane, I use my spells to push the wave quickly. Then I go into this fight and now I have no spells. Or let's say I'm the jungler here and I'm doing the objective. I see this all the time if you guys are playing jungle. You do the objective and you use your Hecarim W, your Hecarim E, your Viego E, your Viego W. And guess what? When fucking Xin Zhao comes around and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna come fight you, you have no W or E. So it's like, damn, my mechanics suck. If I played the fight a little bit better, I would be able to win it. It's not about that. It's about what happened prior to where you lost your spells. Or it's not even about your spells. Let's say you're team fighting mid lane, okay? And we're gonna think of the jungler again. Okay, and you're just gonna walk up like this, and then boom, you just take a shit ton of damage from their mid laner and their ADC. And now you're at 50% HP. Okay? And then when the actual team fight breaks out and you guys are going and going in, you've started the fight with 50% HP. So you're like, "Oh, okay. I'm going to play the fight better next time by landing the spell or playing this way." But in reality, the difference that needs to be made is you needed to not start the fight off with 50% HP. Okay, so there's a lot of problems with people thinking that I need to play the actual fight better, where in reality, it's I need to play the sequence prior, 30 seconds to a minute prior, better. So to add on, a lot of people take fights where, let's say I'm jungle 1v1, I'm invading, and I'm sitting on 1,000 gold. Okay, and then I'm just like, bro, yeah, you could have played that fight better, but what if you recalled and fought him in the bot side, or fought him in the bot turret, or done something else? Now the fight's gonna be that much easier to win. Okay, so a lot of people think like, man, if I play this fight better, I would be higher elo. If I had better mechanics, I'd be higher elo. It's not about that. It's about your spell usage. It's about your conditions. It's about making sure you're not wasting all of your tempo and not recalling. Okay, those are the main things around actual better mechanics. Now, when you're actually fighting people and you need to land spells and you need to do things, of course you can improve on that. And that's what we're gonna go over, right? So we're still gonna take a look at cursor placement and tools. You see, I have a lot of things we're gonna be showing you guys that I practiced every single day as becoming a pro player. Every day before scrims, before every match in Champion Select, I'd be playing these games to get better at my mechanics. But at the end of the day, this is the main reason why mechanics is hard is because people think I need to play the fight 3% better, 2% better, versus I need to play the last sequence and have recalled and have played that part of the fight better. So again, if you find yourself fighting and you're like, damn, this fight was so close, if I played it a little bit better, I would be able to win. What you should do instead is look 30 seconds prior, what led up to this fight? Could you have recalled? Could you have saved mana? Could you have saved HP? Could you have gone into the fight with all your spells up? That is what really matters at the end of the day. Okay, so real quick, let's go load up an example of what I used to, or many examples of what I used to actually improve my mechanics. Okay, so this is a really old school tool to get better at mechanics. It's very old school. Okay, um, I wouldn't like recommend this over anything else, but I'm gonna show you guys first because there's a funny clip of Faker using this. Pretty much, it's just practicing your eye coordination with everything else. You have to use your cursor. Okay, I'm lagging hard here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. You have to use your cursor and tap all these things. Okay, so I'll explain the rules actually. So over here, you have to use QWER so it doesn't go red and doesn't go lower. The more bar it has, the longer it'll last, which is really important. I believe that's how you play at least. Yeah, it should stay like that exactly. And then you have to click these things, and then when an orb falls on you, actually no, never mind. Oh, never mind. That's not how you play. You see how it turns green? You have to react to it, and then if it goes white, you actually freeze it. Okay, so you're keeping track of all these things. Okay, and then look on the right. I'm looking at the left hand side right now. I have to, whenever it goes green, so it's really close, I press it. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then see it goes white. That means I'm fucking those up. Okay, so if it goes white, that means you fuck it up. And then on this side, you have the little orb that'll fall on you. And when this orb falls on you, you need to use D and F to move back and forth. Okay, and the goal is you get higher score. Okay, so this is actually really important. This is kind of confusing sometimes. You want to get it green. So when it's right past here, that's when you use your QWER, and it just kind of practices your hand-eye coordination. With like you're watching here, and you're watching here. You're watching 3 separate things. This is pretty useful, I'd say. But again, there are better tools now that have been introduced to the game or introduced into the scene. So all of these links will be in the description. Don't worry. We're gonna take a look at LOL Dodge Game now. Okay, so LOL Dodge Game has sort of been around for a while, and they've really upped their game. They've really upped everything. Everything about LOL Dodge Game is much better. Okay, so you have a lot of options here. You have dodge, skill shot. I don't even know what LOL Guesser is, but I'm sure this is something that could be fun. You guess like the terrain or something. Farming, okay. Do a mobile battle. We'll show you guys mobile battle in a second. Kiting, insect. There's a lot of different things here. The easiest one I recommend is skill shot or dodge. Okay, because what happens here is if we play it real quick, you're gonna be fighting enemies the same way you'd play League, and you'd be clicking and you'd be dodging things. Unfortunately, the thing about LOL Dodge Game is it takes a long time to load. I don't even know if this will load here, guys. Okay, I'll keep this link in the description. I'll show you guys actually what this looks like, but on a different tool. So LOL Dodge Game is great, but one of my chat members actually, someone in my chat told me about this dodge game, which I actually find much better. So I'll show you guys this, and it loads easier. The reason why I really like this one is it loads easier, and you have like a sort of character like this. Except for I'm just lagging a shit ton, guys. So give me 1 second. Let me try and fix this lag real quick. Because that is unplayable. Give me 1 second here. Scuffed. It's kind of scuffed right now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We're kind of all scuffed right now. But it happens, okay? Sometimes we get scuffed. Let's try one more time. I just closed out 2 things. Here. Close this. All right. Let's restart. Okay. Here we go. This is like this. Okay, my FPS is a bit fucked, but that's the idea. Nah, that's not playable. Fuck. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'll close Steam real quick. I'll close League real quick too. You sort of see the idea though, guys. All these things are tools you can practice. Here we go. There we go. All right. There we go. Now we can actually play. So you kill things while you dodge things. Okay, this is exactly like mobile battle or exactly like LOL Dodge Game, except for I like this a little better because it's very linear and it can. Oh fuck. Okay, and it's like much easier to sort of click. It's and see everything. It's like it's more 3D. I like this better. So this is a and it loads. The reason why LOL Dodge Game I don't like it as much is because it doesn't really load that fast. As you can see, you just click shit. You can use your dashes. You kill things. Okay, it's nice and easy. and then you just keep on going. So this is how you actually can improve your accuracy mainly, and then how much you're clicking. So we'll talk about clicks in a little bit, but you can kind of see here, I'll give you an introduction. You can kind of see how I'm clicking really close to my character at all points. Okay, and that's how you have the most control over your character. Okay, so let's just go to skill shot real quick. This is how you have the most control over your character. Okay, and I'll show you guys another example of what I mean by this. Okay, but I'm clicking every single time. So it's really important that you are spam clicking when you are playing. Okay, you do not want to ever not click. Okay, a lot of people, what I see sometimes is they hold right click down. You do not want to hold right click. You want to be clicking every single time. Okay, and then you pretty much, yeah, in champ select, or if you want to set a goal to get a specific score, you can keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. But so these sort of tools helped me at least get better mechanically. Okay, because I personally think I was never amazing mechanically. And then this mobile battle game, not many people play, and again, like, this is the low dodge game site, so everything really just loads like kind of slowly. But the idea here is it's the same thing. So there's 4 people playing right now. And there's a map, and there's like, this is literally the exact, this is literally League, but like on their little site. So what I would do is, once I found this, and although I have 200 ping, it's kind of fun to just like try and land shit on this much ping. And you just try and kill shit. You just try, like, these are real people here, you just try and kill. And that's it. You just try and kill them. And with the delayed ping, it's like chill. It's like, it's not ideal, but it's like chill. Okay. Okay, and then you just keep playing. So there's a lot of options. Okay, there's a lot of tools, and again, I'll link every single one in the chat, in the description. But yeah, my camera's frozen. Fuck. I wonder how long my camera's frozen there. That's really sad. But otherwise, instead of showing you guys this, I'm gonna show you guys one last game. Again, there's a lot of these games, pretty much. If you want to get better mechanically, you can play these games to make your life much easier. But last thing I'll show you guys is there's a game on Steam. I think it cost $1. I got it when it was on sale, so it was like, maybe it's like 2. I got one when it was on sale. But yeah, again, like, all these things you can do in champ select to get your clicks better, to get your APM better, to get your hand-eye coordination better. Like the mobalytics one is actually very useful, but again, that is not the main reason why mechanics are good or bad. I will show you guys in a second here what I'm talking about by, hey, like, there is more to mechanics than simply like landing all your skill shots and landing everything. There's more to it. Okay, so I'll show you guys this last game, and then we'll talk more about what I'm talking about. Okay, so the game is called Dodge Show on Steam. Okay, you have 20 hours played in this game, and it's really simple. It's literally just League of Legends as well. Like, I don't know how they're allowed to steal all these League like references, but like, it's kind of funny because like that's Jinx, Morgana, Jhin, Lux, and Ezreal. So like, they just blatantly took it, and what you can do is you just dodge, and you just click really close to yourself, and you're like, okay, Ezreal spells, you know, whatever. Okay, nice. Okay, I'm dodging your shit. Okay, and then every like 15 seconds or so, it like omega speeds up, or like your character omega speeds up, and you have an HP bar. I think it's every 30 seconds. Never mind. And then you just do this for as long as you possibly can. And then again, you can see how like I'm like, this is me holding right click. It is much harder to control my character when I'm holding right click. You need to practice spam clicking like this. That is how you should practice your clicks. Okay? Practice spam clicking. Just like I'm clicking until your finger sort of hurts. Okay, and even if you don't spam click because like, your finger hurts too much, you can like click and then like just make sure you're clicking, guys. The worst thing I see ever is like, if you hold right click down, don't hold your right click. You gotta keep clicking, okay? And then eventually you die and you just fucking queue up again. Alright, it's kind of boring, don't get me wrong. That's how you do it in champ select. And you just keep doing this shit. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys can 100% beat my high score. I think my high score before I deleted the game was like 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And then I just got too bored, too tired. Okay? So that's another option. That's another thing you can play. You can do. And then, yeah, so those are some things you can actually do to get better at your mechanics. But to get back into what we were talking about earlier, when it comes to our micro decision making, So again, like just to reiterate the picture here, it's like, okay, if you're Syndra mid and you use your QE on the mid wave to push the wave, and there's a fight here, okay, you don't have your QE for the fight. What's going to happen is you're going to obviously have a harder time winning the fight. Now, can you still win the fights because you pushed your wave and you have prio? Absolutely. But what's going to happen now is you don't have your E, so the fight's going to be a lot harder. Again, what happens is mechanics is not just the actual fight, but it's what comes before the fight. That's really important to understand. There's two parts of the fight. Okay, there's two parts of the fight. Give me a second here. All right, low key, it's been a little scuffed. We're gonna hop into a league game real quick. I have to load the clients, and then I'm going to show you guys more cursor control. These are all tools you can use outside of League. Like I need a new fucking computer, guys. Anyone got me? Look, let me fucking know, man. But otherwise, I'll show you guys what it's like to actually land skill shots while playing, and then the last thing I want to show you, last thing we're going to talk about is simply just tying everything together, tying the narratives together, and then yeah, tying everything in together. All right, can people in the chat talk about, or can someone in the event right now in the League 101, can you guys give your username if you're able to join my custom? I need like 3 to 4 people maybe. Maybe not even that many. And this is NA. Okay, we got someone for NA, awesome. We can get maybe like 1 or 2 more. Perfect. Damn, guys, my computer is so slow. It's like so shit. Like I need a new setup. Holy. All right, we play the waiting game, but yeah, hopefully this makes sense, guys. Mechanics is not actually that difficult to get better at if you practice. A lot of people think that like the problem was a lot of people think that like, oh, it's like mechanics is a skill thing. It's like an inherent talent. It's like you are gifted a set level amount of mechanics, right? A lot of people believe that it's like you can't work on it. You can. That's the best part is you can work on it. You can improve on your mechanics if you set intentions to improve on it. But a lot of people think it's not possible, and it 100% is. So that's what I'm trying to express here. And then now we'll talk about our last thing. One of our last things. All right, got one person. All right, I got 2 people. This is actually enough probably. Did the invites not work? Didn't get invite? Shit. Alright, I got 1, and then let me get the other one real quick. Alright. Now can you guys go to the, yeah, go to red side, and then this will be perfect. Awesome, go to the other side real quick. Cool. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna play Mundo, and then I'm gonna answer, or I'm gonna pretty much explain what it's like to land skill shots, and then what it's like to, like, mess your spells up, and just do poor things with your spells. You guys can play any champion, does not matter. And then we'll go mid lane together. Literally any champion is fine. So someone in chat is asking real quick, like most of the time when I previously heard people talking about mechanics, I thought it meant like using champions, like combos, animation canceling, etc. So animation canceling is one thing. It's like okay, like so another idea of mechanics is like definitely like, okay, making sure you understand what your champion identity is and like how to play champion. That's definitely like really, really important. That's not what I'm emphasizing here. Okay, like being good mechanically at your champion is already like okay, if you don't know how to play Viego, if you don't know how to play Jax, you don't know how to play Mundo, then that's like champion proficiency. So I don't believe champion proficiency is the same thing as being good mechanically. Okay, people should get good at your champion, but that's not what we're going over today. Again, you guys can come mid lane. I'm gonna show you guys here what it's like to sort of land skill shots fluently, like fluidly. Okay.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright, so first thing you can see here is where my cursor is. I'm not throwing it from here. I'm not throwing it all the way back here. My cursor is right where they are. That's how you land it. Okay, I need Jax to stand still for a second here. Okay, if I throw at the top of his head, up here, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna miss it. My cursor is over him. Wait, stop that thing. My cursor is over him, right? If I throw it above him, it won't land. The hitbox of the enemy champion is not above them. It is below them where their torso is. So if my cursor is at his feet, below the torso, 100% of the time it should land. Okay? So, depending on how far you are, it'll sort of dictate where you want to aim it, but almost always it's the bottom of their feet. So again, I'll show this on Viego. If my cursor is on, it's on top of him. If I throw it, it won't land. If I go under him, okay, or at his torso, it will land. Okay? Can you guys come down here for a second? Okay. So, what I'm gonna show here is, I need you guys to stand still. Yeah. So when I am far away from him, I do not want to aim back here. A lot of you guys will try to land a skill shot on these guys by throwing it all the way back here. Most of the time when you're landing skill shots, you want to be close to where they are and close to where they're walking away from. So if Jax can just try to run in a straight line down the river, okay, my cursor is following him. My cursor is following him the whole time. My cursor is following him. And I'm not going too far away. Okay, he has boots, so he's a little faster. All right, and then Viego, can you also go down the river here? Okay, he's going down, and my cursor's trailing him, and it's going to be easier to land like that. That's how you're going to land spells. Okay, Jax, can you go up the river? Okay, my cursor's trailing him. Okay, and because he has boots, he's a little bit faster. So here's what we'll talk about the next idea. If they're standing still, you do not want to aim above them. Okay, I mean also depending on the river terrain. Normally you just don't want to aim above them. You want to aim at their torso. Okay, just generally speaking, if you aim at their torso, it's going to yield in a higher % chance of you landing your spell. Okay, that's just the general idea here. Now let's say they're running away from you in a straight line. Where do you want your cursor to be? So Jackson, you run a straight line down again. Obviously, if I trail him, I'll never be able to land that spell. Can you just run down and run up, run down, run up? Yeah. So if I trail him, I'll never make it. If I trail him, I'll never make it. If I trail him, I'll never make it. Okay? So when they're running like this, that's where you have to predict. But what you need to predict by is not fucking all the way up here, not all the way down there. It's simply still next to them, where they will end up. And again, still tethered around their torso. That's the most important thing here. Okay, around their torso. My aim at the end of the day is going to be their torso. Okay, and what you can do here is if you really want to get better at landing skill shots, you grab someone. You grab your best fucking friend. You say, get in a fucking practice with me or get into a custom with me. Let's just throw skill shots at each other. Okay, so this is another thing I did with my pro teammates is we'd go in practice, so we'd play Mundo Dodgeball anywhere on the map for fucking hours. Okay, so make sure your cursor is close to the enemy. Now, let's introduce walking while landing skill shots. So what I'm going to talk about here is, while I'm moving around, my cursor is very close to my character. Okay, my cursor is very close while I'm thinking about aiming it at him. Okay, so I'm going to point this bush real quick. My cursor is very close to him, my cursor is very close to myself, and I'm still thinking about aiming at them. This is the fluidity of my cursor. That's it. That's as far as I'm going to go. If they go further back, can you guys go further back? Okay, so my cursor is still going towards them, but I'm going back. I'm going back and forth. I'm going back and forth. I want my cursor to be very close to myself so I have the most control over my character. I don't want to click over here to move. I don't want to click over here to move. I don't want to click over here to move. I want to click next to my character so when they throw a skill shot at me, I have more time to dodge. That's why it's important to control yourself. If I have to move my cursor here, to here, to here, to here, to here, to here, it is much harder to control myself. If I'm moving really close to myself, okay, it's about to throw a skill shot on me, I can dodge it. Okay, I'm going down, it's like I'm going up. I'm going down, it's like I'm going up, okay? It's much easier to control yourself. So you'll see when people dodge, when higher the players dodge, they're always clicking like this, like psychos, right? It's actually how you're supposed to click. They do this. It's actually you're supposed to click. So if we introduce keeping our cursor close to ourselves while keeping it close to them, it's not that hard to move around, right? I can still aim at them while clicking next to my character. That's the most important part. I'm still aiming right at where they are while still thinking about my own character and dodging. That's how you control your cursor, okay? And if we are, the last thing I want to do is think about what it's like to actually fight them. Okay, so I'm really quickly, I need to go get level 3. And I need to show you guys, I need to give you guys an example of what it's like to think that its mechanics is the problem, but in reality, it's using your spells poorly. Okay, so I'm going to level up real quick. Okay. Alright, I might not get level 3 here from this whole wave. Okay. 9-second cooldown, and your W is a 17-second cooldown. So here's where it's like really clear. Should we level also? No, you don't have to. So here's where it's really clear. Last minion. If I use my E to clear this, and I'm gonna go fight them, guess what, guys? Guess what? When I fight them right here, surprise, they fight me. Okay, look, come fight me. Okay, I don't have my E up at the start of the fight for 2 seconds. Okay, that's what often happens. Okay, you guys can stop. What often happens is I see people just sit in that bush, sit in that line bush. What often happens is I see people, they use their spells, they use their W, 17-second cooldown to clear the wave. Okay, and then they go fight them. Guys, I have no W. I have no W, so the fight's gonna be much more difficult to win. Oh shit. Oh shit, I have to run now because I have no W. Not because I played the fight poorly, but because I simply do not have spells to land or to actually fight. So let's say you're playing Viego and you use your E poorly on your camp. You're farming raptors and you want to make a mid play really soon. But you use your E on the raptors. Well, guess what? Your E is a 17-second cooldown around then. You're not going to be able to go fight mid lane. Okay, let's say you're playing Jax, and you use your E to clear the wave. Well, now in the actual fight, you won't have spells to fight. Okay, it's a really common problem I see. So, when you're in fights, you need to have all your spells, and you need to have all your HP. So right now, if I want to fight them, and I don't have all my HP, it's going to be much harder to win this fight. I need to play very fucking well if I want to win this fight. Okay, it's really important. So again, like, if I use all my spells to clear this wave, I should not fight. So the irony here, guys, is most of the time it's not about, oh, I need to play the fight better. It's that you simply just shouldn't fight them when you don't have your spells up. That's it. Don't fight shitty fights at the end of the day. Okay. And let's go to the river together, guys. Patience never come back. So, what I want us to think about real quick is, what do we do when they are really close to a piece of terrain? So I want Jax to go there, and then Viego can. If someone goes below me. Someone goes below me right here. Hug that wall. So what happens is a lot of time, and I want you to just juke on the wall. Okay. So a lot of the time, if you are right here and you try to land this skill shot here, it's way more difficult to land. Okay. But if you go and position, then try and land it. Look, if he's juking around the wall, I'm never gonna be able to dodge it. Okay, and pretty much, I want you to try and escape to red buff, Jax. Escape to red buff. Okay, I'm waiting for him to go here, then I'm landing it, and then he will almost always get hit. So come back and just do that again. So I'm holding my Q, and then I'm holding my Q, I'm holding my Q, holding my Q, and then boom, when he's at a piece of terrain right here where he literally cannot dodge, that's when I throw my spell. Versus right now, I want you to do the same thing and just try and keep dodging. Okay, right now if I throw my spell out early, he can dodge just like that. Way harder to fucking land. Now do it again, and I want to show how it's so easy to land. Okay. I fucked the timing up again, but it's the same idea here. Okay, one more time. Okay. Much easier to land. And you can still see here my cursor is on their torso. I'm aiming for that at least. So what I often see is you guys will throw your skill shots way too early, okay? And it's never going to fucking land. If you use your skill shot too early, A, it's never going to land. Okay, it's hard to land these positions. And B, what's going to happen is you don't have it up. Let's say you use your Viego W, okay? Viego W is an 8-second cooldown, okay? It's not going to be up if you use it too early, so save your skill shots, save your spells. Okay, so there's a more advanced version of this, and I would need to bring in one of my higher level friends we've practiced these sort of mechanics, so I can really display things. Maybe another time, or maybe I'll put it on my Patreon. But hopefully, that makes sense. That you are aiming not above them, never above them. It's not gonna land. Always at their torso. Okay, and you want to click towards yourself. And when you actually take fights, make sure you have all your spells up. So important, guys. And then again, another more important thing is like there's actual elevation on the map, so there's like a whole nother layer of complex skill shots. But otherwise, hopefully this made sense where it comes to cursor placement, and hopefully it makes sense that it's not just mechanics that matter. It really comes down to also the timing of when you land things. The idea of not using spells to clear a wave, then fight. The idea of being really smart about how you're using your abilities. Okay, that itself to me is not mechanics. That's all brain power. You can be fucking 50 years old, and if you know how to click your spells at good timings, you will have amazing results. And if you're fucking like have the most insane reaction speed, it doesn't matter if you don't know the timings of when to use your spells. Okay, so it really comes down to your spells. Alright, we can leave the game here real quick. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, guys. There's a lot of tools for you to use to actually get better mechanically. There's a lot of things you can use. And again, champion proficiency is different. Okay, if you don't know how to land your Viego W, how long your Viego W lasts, or you don't know, what your Hecarim W does, or what your Jax E does, or how long you can hold it, or all these other things, that's separate. It has to do with each other. They're definitely correlated, but it is, for the most part, separate from actual mechanics. Okay. Mechanics is landing spells, clicking around your character, dodging things, and making sure you're sort of in the fight with the best conditions possible, so the fight is actually easier for you to win. Okay, so a bit scuffed earlier. Hopefully you guys enjoyed at least this segment of the video. But otherwise, let's just do a quick recap of everything. Okay, so the mechanics narrative, guys, what's stopping you is not your mechanics. What's stopping you is the knowledge gap of when to land spells, how you control your character, how you move around. Okay, using your spells on objectives when you shouldn't, using your spells on camps when you shouldn't, using your spells on waves when you shouldn't. Okay, so it is not about getting better mechanically. It is about thinking about your spells, such macro, such knowledge, such having more knowledge that will help your mechanics. Okay. And when so tools to get better, so we have mobile battle. Okay, we have low dodge game. We have I think it's dodge game on Steam. Dodge game Steam. We have Scuba, is it? Real quick, give me a second, real quick. It's called. What is this shit called? Skunuva. Okay, we have Skunuva. This shit right here. We have Skunuva. Skunova. Okay, Skunova. And then we have Mobalytics. Okay? And all of these are like actual things you can get better for your APM, for your actual clicks and all of that. It's pretty helpful. One small thing that I could have mentioned earlier, but this is jungle specific, so since I know a lot of you guys are junglers. Oh shit, wait, it doesn't work anymore? Oh no. If Smitorino's down, then it's rest in pieces. But pretty much that used to be a site where you could practice smiting enemy or smiting things. Okay, I guess it doesn't work anymore. Okay, no worries. This is it then. And the last thing is cursor placement. So landing spells with your with proper cursor placement and controlling your character. Proper cursor placement. Again, there's way more in-depth idea. There's elevation in the game. There's like, okay, what happens when they're actually moving around and like I had to predict them, or they're too close to me, or okay, let's say I have like I'm slowed or they're slowed. There's a lot more theory behind landing skill shots and all of that. But the main idea is, guys, it's not really about how do you get better mechanically. It's about how you tie together your champion proficiency with your knowledge on your like on playing the fights better mechanically. Like that's pretty much it. It's like you can play fights very poorly if you have really really good knowledge around the game. At the end of the day, that's what I fully believe. Okay. All right, that's gonna be it for the main idea of improving mechanics slash micro. If you guys have any questions, here's your time to ask away. And let me set up the camera properly here. And then if you guys have any anything, you can raise your hand, or you can type it as well, and I'll read it out. Spiderino.com. Does it work? No, it still doesn't work, unfortunately. It does work. I just wasn't waiting long enough. Okay, yeah. So guys, someone in my chat was saying, someone in the Discord was saying, you can use Spiderino. That's very loud. Need that shit. That's a hard fucking smite, guys. 202 seconds. That's so hard. That's so hard to land. So difficult. But yeah, here's like if you're a jungler and you want to get better at smites. Before the smites were at different damages throughout the game. Now that doesn't exist, but it's the same idea here. So there's Spiderino. So someone's asking, what specific drills do you recommend for Viego mechanics? Let's take a look here. What specific drills do you recommend for Viego mechanics? So for a specific champion, it's sort of a little bit different because it comes down to champion proficiency, right? So that comes down to like your basic knowledge of your champion. Okay. It's going to like when you go very specific champion to champion, that is something you have to find a guide. You have to find some sort of idea about, okay, some sort of higher level player who like plays a champion very very high level. Okay. But like if you are thinking about a drill on Viego, it's just like make sure you land your W no matter what. Your W cannot miss. Okay. Can you do a Hecarim guide on the Viego one? Yeah, so on my Patreon, guys, I do have very specific guides for champions. All right, what's up?
Hello.
Yo.
I just had a question about how long does it take for someone to master a specific mechanic or microplay? Like how long does it take? Like on
So
average, at least.
yeah, so I mean, it's generally gonna take like at least a few months. Upwards to to like perfect it or to get really good at it. It's like it takes a long time. Like these things don't come naturally, especially if you've okay, put it this way. If you've played the game for over at least a year, it will take a lot longer. If you played the game for like a month or you're brand new, it'll actually be a lot easier. It's like instead of breaking down a habit and creating a new one, it's just creating a new one. So now you have to forget about what you knew before and learn something new. It's gonna be much harder.
Makes sense. Thanks.
Okay. All right, Roger, you raise your hand. You can come up now. No change. Okay, no worries. So let's see this real quick. Okay, so someone in chat was saying, I know this isn't related to the stream, or maybe it is. I wasn't here in the beginning, but clicking backwards tips tell me so much for fights. Yeah, so actual fighting, this is pretty relevant. You click backwards, guys. Click towards your teammates, not forward. A lot of people click forward, click backwards. Okay, when you're fighting, you click away. It's like spacing. I like building on Viego. I'm not gonna answer that right now. Do you recommend any type of attack inputs? Oh yeah, okay. Do you recommend attack on play move like pressing A and left click? Also, okay, so this is a really good question and something I can answer like later on down the road. Um, but pretty much A click is very very useful and toggle champion only. Target champion only is like somewhat useful. But I this will probably be another whole thing. Um, yeah. Yep.
Hi.
Hey man, how you doing?
Okay, sorry. I was just muting my headset.
No worries.
I just had a question
Yeah.
because I just role swapped from ADC to jungle. So I just wanted to know like what are the main things that I should do because since I just went from marksman to champions that are melee, what should be the things that I should train to become better in micro? Because now I don't have that much experience playing with melee champs,
Yeah.
so
So
just wanted to check.
yeah, a big thing is you're gonna just need to learn how tanky you are as a melee champion. And then so you just need to be very open to dying in a sense. Um,
Mhm.
and you coming from the ADC role means that you know what an ADC wants from a frontline tank. So your job now is to look at your ADC or your mid laner or whoever's your carry, and facilitate for them. That's normally the frontliner's job, right? So you know how an ADC
Mhm.
plays. You know what an ADC would want from a jungler. So do that, and
Okay.
everything else will follow along. All the mechanics, all the micro, all those sort of ideas will simply come if you have the intention of, oh, I'm going to work around my ADC, because now that means you're going to tether around them. Now that means you're going to sit around them. You're going to frontline for them. It becomes a lot more fluid.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because like I noticed that when I started playing, I'm just dying lots of times because I'm trying to do things that I'm not used to do. So like I exit the game with one kill and what 13 deaths. It's really annoying to like run it down to my teammates because I'm not very familiar with the champions and with the playstyle. Because it's now that I'm the front line, I think that I can tank it all, and then when I exit the game, I just died a lot.
Yeah,
It's just because of that.
you're going to have to learn the limits to your champion, right? You're obviously playing different champion as well. But ultimately, it's like you're probably frontlining too much then. Again, watch your ADC. If your ADC can't hit them, then you're not frontlining for anything. If you're
Mm,
or whoever
okay,
your
okay,
carry is, like if your carry is not there hitting them with you, then you're not frontlining for anyone.
okay, okay,
All right.
okay. I think it's everything. Thank you.
What's up, Prince?
Yo, hello, what's up?
Hello.
Uh, I don't know anything about item customization.
Uh huh.
Is it important? And if it is, how do I learn it? I spam the same build every game.
It's not important. You can build the same build every game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The only especially if you're playing a bruiser champion. The only time it becomes
Yeah, I play Hicker. I
yeah
only play Hicker.
yeah the only time it becomes a little relevant is like if they have all magic damage or if they have all attack damage. Like then you should know some armor items, some magic resist items. That's it. When I
Like
first
your game you showed us against Faker and T1, they
uh huh
played so much AP, you took Mao.
yeah
The
exactly.
AP,
Yeah, so
yeah,
as
okay.
long as you can assess that, then you should have no problem. On my first journey to Challenger as a Kane one trick, I built literally the same thing every game, except for sometimes I'd buy Edge of Night if I want to be tanky. Sometimes I'd buy Serpent's Fang if they had shields. Otherwise, same first four items. Back in the day, it was Prowler's Claw, but yeah.
Okay, one last question. For objectives, is there an objective matters more than the other? Like, for example, does the Drakes matter more than the Void stuff?
Yeah, I'd say dragons matter a lot more than grubs.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you good?
Yo, what's up? I wanted to ask since you've been talking about it's more important to see your conditions before the fight. Um, if if it's first drag and you've done your clears and it's like 5 minutes, you're trying to take drag, do you always want to start a 3v3, or is it okay to leave your bot lane and try to solo take drag?
Oh, you can leave your bot lane and solo take drag.
Okay.
There's many times where I'm literally doing the dragon, the enemy jungler ganks bot lane, and I just let them die. I finish the dragon, and I'm like smiling. I'm happy.
Okay. That makes sense.
Awesome. All right, we have some other questions over here. It was I was wondering. Oh shit! Sorry. I was wondering. Oh my god! Fuck. I was wondering if you had any tips on how to improve jungle clears mechanically, and also anything on jungle sequencing would be of great help. Thank you so much. So a lot of my coaching videos, I talk about jungle sequencing a lot. There's a lot of other great resources out there, I'm sure. Jungle clears, you need to watch the clears and do exactly what they do. A big thing you're probably not doing is pulling the camp out of the leash range. It's really important that you pull them out to the edge and your character is already like going towards the next camp. Otherwise, that's something that like you have to do it. You have to just do the clear 100 times. The only reason why my Viego clear is like one of the fastest is because I've played Viego hundreds and hundreds of times and I've ran the clear hundreds of times. Okay, there's a concept I went over a while ago. Is a Diana going in and out in fights. I'm physics, OTB, and Emerald, and I struggle because I feel like once I'm in, and it seems like sometimes I grieve because I wait too long or go too early, or I simply get caught because I never realize my role. Don't ult, and it is better to go slow. It is better to wait way too long than to go way too early, unless you're the primary engage. So simply don't feel pressure to ever do anything as Fiddlesticks. And make sure so Fiddlesticks is all about champion, all about Fog of War, right? So you need to understand Fog of War like it's like the back of your like it's like you know fucking simple math. Like that's like Fiddlesticks. If you don't know Fog of War, you're not gonna be able to play well. Okay, so don't ult. Like wait very long unless they're walking into you and you can get a high impact ult that way. How do you incorporate mechanics with camera control? So that's a difficult one. I'm not gonna lie. That's something that I could definitely include in the more advanced mechanics. But the general idea is, you learn camera control by completely unkey binding your like center on yourself, and that gives you like the idea of how to do it. That gives you the idea of like, holy shit, like I can now never be locked camera, so you can learn how to not be locked camera, and then you can learn mechanics. Or you can learn how to be good at mechanics and then learn camera control after. So these are two separate skills. They work together once you get good at one of them. Once you get good at one, you learn the next one. That's it. They don't really like go together, if that makes sense. Jungle is the best role. You can increase chance of winning so much. Yeah, I mean, I would say if you're good at any role, like that applies. But jungle is definitely like one of the more fun roles, for sure. Okay, and then we have let me just remove this real quick. Forgot to ask another thing. When learning new champs, you recommend solo queue or just going flex and limits? I recommend going on a Smurf and then doing it that way. How do you learn which type of playstyle suits you? It literally just depends. Like, play every single champion, have fun. That's all. That's on you to kind of find for yourself. All right. Again, guys, it was a bit scuffed. I'm not gonna lie. The whole mechanics thing was a bit scuffed. But hopefully you guys at least saw the resources. I might redo this as actual like video, improved video in the future, because I realize there's a lot of things I'm missing here as well. But hopefully you guys like saw as a basic idea of like everyone can get good at mechanics. That's if it's one takeaway, one thing I want you guys to know is that everyone can get better mechanically. Everyone can improve that way. And there's no like, oh, this person's not gonna be that much better forever because they're that much better mechanically. You don't need to be a mechanical genius, a mechanical prodigy to hit very, very high elo. Okay. All right, I'll answer these two questions real quick, and then I'll call it here. So I have if you guys have any other questions, ask now, and then otherwise I'm gonna call it. So As Kane, is there a certain time you should have transformation? Like 10, 11, 12 minutes. Let's say it's good time. When you're playing into a champion like Bel'Veth or Shyvana, do you put more priority on getting the objective they want for scaling? Absolutely not. I always do dragons. Can you explain how you can switch from locked camera to unlocked camera? Literally unkeybind lock camera for 500 games, and then you will learn. And if you guys want to learn how to like do an even more advanced way of learning this, get a post-it note, cover the edges of your screen, okay? And then literally only the center of your screen you can see, and then cover your map as well and play like that. And then the other variation is you cover your map and then you can see the rest of your screen. So you can limit what you can see, and you'll find what you're used to, and ideas of like, oh shit, like this makes sense, this doesn't make sense. But the best one, the most fun one, is when I cover my map with a post-it note. It makes me have to look at people with my F keys. So that's the F key training. You literally have to put a post-it note on your map, and then you have to use your F keys. Skill shot dodging demon. Yeah, I'll see you, man, bro. With counter ganking, should you be there at the same time as the enemy or wait till they start getting your teammates first? Depends on what your goal is. My goal in counter ganking is to always get like 3 kills. So that's it. I'm always waiting till they literally kill my teammates so I can get all the kills. I'm never trying to save my homies. Not really. Sometimes like it really depends. Like sometimes you will have to go early, sometimes you won't. But I'm always playing for kills if I'm counter ganking. Alright guys. I'll have all the links here in the description, and I'm going to put it in the Discord as well. If you guys are interested in more of these events, I host these. I'm planning to host them at least once a week, but if not, it'll be like once a month at the minimum. And if you guys want more exclusive content, I'm posting a lot of stuff on my Patreon now. And if you guys are interested in coaching, of course, everything's in the description box below. I will see you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night, wonderful day. I'll see you guys later.